So here I was in this position of parentification, is where the child now becomes the parent.
And that's so damaging for
So damaging.
so many of little black boys who have now become the man of the house with the mom. Yeah.
And, and not realizing that I was this surrogate father to my sister,
Oof.
this step in husband to my mother, because I'm praying with my mom and
Wow.
carrying her spiritually because
What?
yeah, like I'm, you know what I mean? Like I'm walking through the house praying, 13 years old. I mean, I'm doing stuff that a man of the house would do.
Shoes you were not
Shoes
equipped
that
to fill.
equipped to feel. And I see so many black men that are struggling with resentment
Yeah.
because their mom placed them in that position.
Oh, I feel like that's so like, me and my sister, because even, with the whole election thing, and my sister was on the phone and she was like, they hate their mama, they hate their sister, they hate their grandmama, they hate their baby mama. Like so many men, right? You end up hating and resenting this woman because she put you in a position that you were never equipped to handle. You
Yeah.
were never meant to
No.
never meant to subscribe to.
No. And also, this little boy still wanted to be fathered.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's pulled in this paradox of feeling like I gotta be, and then also saying, I also wanna be.
Yeah.
I gotta be the man of the house, but I also still wanna be this little boy.
Yeah.
So he's torn.
Yeah.
And now these little boys are 25, 35, 45. And the result of that is the vitriol that you see online, which is interpreted or in most cases projected as the hate. But it's really resentment
Yeah.
that you forced me to be something that I was not supposed to be. You took my childhood from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You forced me to go out here and to pay bills, to make money and pay bills. A lot of men, black men, are in jail because they wasn't hustling because they wanted to. They was hustling because mama didn't have any other means of income.
Yeah.
So he felt
Yeah.
obligated. It's got to be on me.
Oh, that's good.
So now that I'm 35 and some woman is asking me to love on her, I can't love on her. And particularly, I'm going to go here, if she's a black woman, because when I look at her, I can't see her for who she is because I keep seeing mama.
Oh, I was waiting on you to say it, Jay. I was waiting on you to say it. That's
I can't
exactly
love
it.
this black woman
Yeah.
because I have not reconciled with the love that I didn't get from mama because mama didn't love him.
Ooh.
Mama didn't love him.
Yeah.
Mama placed him in a position where she used him. And this is also a form of abuse because here's what you hear. Ain't no man gonna stay in my house, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So now I gotta be out on the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I gotta fend for myself. And now that there's a black woman that's wanting to love me, I can't accept her love because I never got the love from my own mom.
Yeah.
So now what I do is look at this black woman as if she's the enemy. But what I'm really saying is that I'm still mad at mama and she's the real enemy. And the sisters, I'm going to say this because my heart goes out to you. You end up being an innocent victim in their emotional drive-by.
Come on, church. An innocent victim in their emotional drive-by.
Because look at the treatment
Yeah.
that we see online. Black men toward black women. It is painful to watch.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I did is that I healed not only my father wounds, but even my mother wounds. Because I didn't want to carry that into a relationship where she is not fighting me, but she is fighting a little boy who can't resolve or reconcile the issues that he had with his mom. And when she says something to me, I don't hear her, I hear mom.
I hear you.
So
Yeah.
what I do is rather than responding, I react and I pop off on her. And what is really happening is my brain is reacting to what mama did.
The trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah, it's my trauma response.
Trauma response.
Okay, so how can men start to make that first step of reconciling, of starting to heal those wounds that are there? What's that first step? If they're like, I ain't quite ready to go to therapy, what's the first step they can take?
So one of the things about healing is intentionality. There has to be intentionality. The second thing is acknowledgement, right? There has to be acknowledgement that you're hurting.
Yeah.
You have to acknowledge that your mom hurt you. You have to acknowledge that your aunt hurt you. Molestation. You have to acknowledge that your cousin. You have to acknowledge this.
Yeah.
And acknowledgement doesn't mean acceptance. Because we think if I acknowledge it, I'm accepting it.
Yeah.
No, acknowledge it means that you have to honor the experience so you can begin processing. And then when you begin processing through intentionality, because if you're not intentional with it, you'll start it and you'll stop.
Yeah.
But when you become intentional and then you begin acknowledging, then the next stage is you begin processing. And you can only process this in a healthy space where it's safe, with a professional, with somebody that's going to guard that for you. And I tell guys, don't be vomiting on people. Don't be opening up to people who will only expose and exploit your pain.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these folks on Instagram and promoting coaching and I don't subscribe to it
Yeah.
because not all people who work in our space are equipped. Not all people in our space are ethical. Not all people in our space are skilled.
Yeah.
Having a degree does not make you skilled, and having a license doesn't make you skilled. And I tell brothers, because if you get open up, you'll be re-traumatized.
Yeah.
If it's with somebody who does not have the proper skill set to manage and to navigate, to help you to navigate that terrain properly and then carefully to walk that thing out. And then lastly, understanding that, brother, it has to be a communal thing. You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And I think so many men are so accustomed to working in their silos.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to just write. And I said, brother, the worst place a man can be left is left alone with his thoughts. You got to have a space in community. That's why I preach, teach, and encourage community. Brother, you can't do it alone. And when I got into therapy, I realized that a lot of what I was looking for was what football gave me. Community.
Community. The team.
The team.
Yeah.
And I never forget a therapist asking me, he said, give me 3 words that describe you right now in this moment. I said, inadequate.
The first word.
The first word.
Inadequate.
I said loss. And the last word is confused. I don't feel that I'm capable. I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what to think. And Brandi, that's the majority of a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
The thoughts of inadequacy, not having clarity of the vision. This is why having a father or having male figures is so important, because it gives you a blueprint. It gives you a template. It becomes the compass to where you're going. Who am I? And when you don't understand who you are, you'll never become.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any understanding of your identity. You don't have any understanding of who you're called by. You may know your name, but you don't know the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
You may know where you come from, but you don't, I was born here, I was born there, but you don't really understand the meaning of it. And when you don't have any of that, you're confused. You look at the men today. This is why I love the work that I do. Many of them are just confused. They're confused. They don't know what to do with their pain. They don't know what to do with their trauma. And what you're seeing is nothing but violence, whether it's domestic violence on your partner, whether it's the violence on in your community, just violence. Because anytime that you haven't processed trauma, you're going to become one or two things: homicidal or suicidal.
Wow. Homicidal or suicidal?
You're going to either hurt somebody or you're going to hurt yourself.
Wow. Wow. Hey Vault family, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure to check out our full interview on our channel at Vault Empowers Talks. We don't just scratch the surface, we dive deep into the lives of some of the world's most influential leaders and change makers. Don't forget to like, to comment, and be sure to subscribe for more inspiring conversations. See you next time.